Hello, everybody. Welcome to Championship Predictions Round 21. We are looking at the weekend, the last game of a 3-game week. Sam, so close in midweek, but you pipped me. I'm going to sound like a football manager here. Fine margins. You pipped me 7-6. So not our greatest week. We both did have a bob on. I got Luton 2, Stoke 1. Good shout from you to predict the Plymouth home defeat. Plymouth 1, Swansea 2. You got bob on. You just nicked it right at the end with West Brom beating Coventry, where I went for the predictable draw. Sam takes midweek 7-6, which means you got a 3-week lead on me now, Sam. It's 10-7. We've had 3 draws, and in the aggregate, 132, 142. Welcome to another set of predictions, Sam.
I might go back and have a little look if I got any moody comments when I predicted Argyle to lose at home to Swansea. And also, Hull against Watford, I was so close. I just felt it in my waters that was going to be a 1-0 or 2-1 or whatever I predicted home victory. And I nearly got there. Watford didn't turn up for me either. They did exactly what I predicted, but somehow nicked a point at the death.
There we go. Get involved in the comments as ever. You can find the fixtures in the descriptions. Give yourself 1 point for a correct outcome, home, away, or draw. Give yourself 3 points. If, like me on Luton Stoke or Sam on Plymouth Swansea, you get the scoreline, Bob on, and don't get many of these, but you can have a bonus point if you make a prediction that has over 5 goals or more, you will get a 4-point scoreline. Sam, Friday night football in the Championship is 2 teams that came up from League One last season, the top 2, in fact. Derby versus Portsmouth.
Oh, straight in. I'm feeling that is going to be a low-scoring affair. A low-scoring affair. I think I've been hugely undervaluing Pompey over the last few weeks. So therefore, I'm going to go for Lightning to strike twice. I was there recently at Derby and they lost 2-1 at home to Swansea despite playing very well. I'm feeling something similar. I'm going to go for a 2-1 away win. Wow.
It's a big start, Sam. I thought you were going to throw up a 1-1. So that's exactly what I'll do to open things out. Keep it nice and steady. I don't see Derby losing. I know they've been struggling. I know Pompey are the better side. I think home advantage equalises that a little bit. So I will go for a 1-1. Bristol City versus QPR, and I'm up first. And QPR in excellent form, 11 points in 5. So I don't think I'm going to back against Rangers here, but I am going to play for a second draw here, Sam. I'm right down the middle. Great result for Bristol City up at Sunderland. You were full of praise on the Championship Check-In podcast for Liam Manning's tactical acumen. I'm going to play a Desmond here, Sam. Bristol City 2, QPR 2 in the Narky Wells derby.
Oh, yeah. I probably think it's going to be low scoring. What the hell of it? I'm going to go for QPR to get an away victory, and this is going to come courtesy of 1 goal. 1-0.
Coventry versus Hull, Sam. Coventry, Hull, rock bottom, and Frank Lampard suffering his first defeat at the Hawthorns.
Yeah, well, everything I've seen and read suggests that was possibly Hull's best performance of the season. So it got everything but the 3 points, it would feel. So everyone fully on board with Ruben Sellers straight off the bat. I'm going to go for an improved Hull once more, but it's just going to be plaudits. It's not going to be points. I'm going to go for Coventry to win by 1-0.
Yeah, that's a scribble for me. I was going to take Coventry at 1-0 as well. So I'll bump it up to a 2-1. Agree with what you say. Doesn't speak well for what the players thought of Tim Volter if they've immediately improved with very little training under Ruben Sellers. We will see a trend up for Hull. I think we will see a trend up for Coventry. I just think Coventry are going to be ahead on that curve and they're going to win 2-1, in my humble opinion. Sam, Leeds are amazing at home. They did lose at Preston, I believe, on Boxing Day, was it last year, or 28th of December or something? Similar time. Preston versus Leeds.
Was it a free kick, maybe? I'll have to look back
That is a red card in the game. I think you like Liam Miller, and he played well in that game for Preston.
Yeah, I'm not I'm not bold enough to go for another 1-0 Leeds defeat, despite Preston obviously winning at Cardiff in the week. That's annoying because I backed Cardiff, didn't I, there? But I'm going to go for Leeds to win. Driving towards that massive away following in the second half. 2-0.
I'm going to go for the same margin of victory, but I'm going to add a goal on to both sides. I'm going to go Preston 1, Leeds United 3. And it is the mouthwatering matchup, which is Blackburn versus Luton. I think we've got the wrong way round somewhere in our second already. So I will go first. I don't know where we've got the wrong way round. And Blackburn have won 4 games in a row by 1-0. And I'm Mr. State the Bleeding Obvious. So I'm going to say a 6th straight win for Blackburn and a 5th straight 1-0 win. Blackburn 1, Luton 0.
I might take the 0-0 here. Yeah, I was thinking probably Blackburn by the odd goal, but I just think that the pattern's got to change. And, this, could be a spirited Luton that go up there after that late win in the week. So I'm going to take a goalless draw, and that would be an okay outcome for both, I would suggest.
Boro versus Millwall, with, shockingly, Neil Harris signing off as manager after this one.
Yeah, maybe the lads would want him to go out on a high, wouldn't they? Absolutely. You could see the reaction to him immediately when he went in there. I can think it was George Saville kind of ushering him towards the away support at St Mary's when they won at Southampton last season. So I'd be very surprised if the dressing room don't really admire him and are going to miss him. And there'll be that uncertainty of who's going to be next. So I think that could be a factor here. The uncertainty might outweigh the motivation to do well for Chopper in his last game. And it's Middlesbrough who are more than capable. 3-1 Middlesbrough.
Yeah, I'll take 2-1. I think the uncertainty works against them. And you pointed out that had some issues in the back four with injuries. Middlesbrough are very goal happy. This is the sort of game that Millwall at their best under Harris would go and win 1-0, wouldn't they? But I just feel that because of the situation we've mentioned, that is not going to happen. It's Oxford versus Sheffield Wednesday, Sam, and I've got to back an away win here. I've been backing against Oxford for a fair few weeks here on this poor run. Wednesday lost in midweek at home to Blackburn, didn't they? And I don't know, some interesting comments from Danny Roll after that, but I think he bounces back with a win, and I think it's going to be batting down the hatches, and it's going to be 1-0. Oxford 0, Wednesday 1.
Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with anything you said. I just think Oxford are going to have to get some points somewhere. I don't think they're that bad. They were that bad, I think, in the second half at QPR the other day, where there looks to be a real lack of belief. But I think they're good for a point here. So I'll take a 1-1.
What do you get when you add Sheffield United's home record with Plymouth's away record, Sam?
Yeah, I'm just going to have to play steady here. I mean, it could be anything, couldn't it? It could be 4-5. I've probably said that a few times about Argyle away from home. I'll go for a improved Argyle with Mike Phelan's impetus, possibly paying dividends. They're going to score? No, I'll go for 2-0.
Okay, if you're being Mr. Conservative, I'll go for it, and I'll go for the bonus point, which means I need 5 goals, and I'm going to say 4-1 to Sheffield United. Feels like the culmination of a tricky week, as we mentioned on the check-in podcast, and I think it could all come good in a celebratory feel coming into Christmas at Bramall Lane. I'll go 4-1. Stoke versus Cardiff. Ooh. Could really both do with a win in this one, couldn't they? But I don't see Cardiff going there and getting anything at the moment, Sam. I think this could be a good game for Stoke. I'm going to go 3-1. Stoke 3, Cardiff 1 in the Peter Thorne derby. Remember him?
Ah, what a guy. Yeah, we
You
had a
know him?
mutual friend. It was Alan, a big mate of Alan Lee's.
Oh, was he?
So
Okay,
we
interesting.
hung out a few times. I don't
Elvino did
know
flow.
exactly where he lives, but he loved surfing, as you do,
Okay.
most ex-footballers, and did a bit of travelling. He was a interesting character, really good company. So thoroughly on board with that mention.
Good shout, that wasn't
Um,
it?
yeah, it really was. Yeah, yeah. I think Alan might have come in to replace him at Cardiff or vice versa. So
Sounds about right.
it was
Yeah.
nice that they struck up a friendship because then Alan, in theory, came in to replace me at Ipswich. So we
Yeah.
always look out for each other, us big, ugly centre forwards. Um, so I digress. Stoke Cardiff. I completely agree, mate, with you. To be honest, I mean, I haven't seen Eva in the flesh recently, but I'd like to know exactly what's going on at both clubs. But I think it's a good game for Stoke, as you say, and Cardiff are just unable to kind of match what they were doing under Rita initially. So I'll go just a little bit softer, 2-1 Stoke.
Swansea versus Sunderland.
Oh, I can't fancy Swansea here.
Interesting.
Quite fun. Yeah, well, they've had a great week, haven't they? The 4 points. I think Sunderland have lost too readily away from home, have they? They've had that series of drop points, but it came in the form of draws, really, didn't it? In recent times, I'm going to go for just a bit of an outlier here. I'm going to go for it to come together for Swansea. This will be a really good football match. For the neutral, I'm going to go for it to come together in a pretty convincing way. 2-0 Swansea.
Interesting. I'm going to play a nil F in nil on this one. I think it'll be methodical. I think the two managers will cancel each other out. They've been low scoring on occasions, both sides, haven't they? Well, for a number of games, in fact, both sides. So I haven't played a 0-0. So we'll throw one in there. I think that'd be 1 win in 9, wouldn't it, for Sunderland? They could really do with the win, the Black Cats. Watford versus West Brom. I mean, West Brom finally won, but it's still what would be like 10 draws in 12 or something absurd. But Watford are very good at home, aren't they? So it does really, really feel like a draw. But I haven't had too many. I've had 3 draws. Here comes number 4, Sam. Watford 1, West Brom 1.
Oh, has anyone won at Watford yet? No, don't think so.
Watford?
I don't think anyone's won there, have they?
No, I said Watford have won there. It's a joke.
Good one at that, mate.
Yeah,
I did a joke.
judging
I
by
did a
your
joke.
reaction, it wasn't.
I did the jokes. Uh,
Yeah, 7 wins, 2 draws at home.
have you gone draw?
I've gone 1-1.
They've had a 2-2 recently. I'll have a 2-2.
Get in there. And to finish this one off, Sam, it is Norwich versus Burnley.
I haven't been more sure of anything in my life.
Where are you going with this?
This is my catchphrase on my other podcast that I do. Stinks of it. 1-1.
Okay. Oh, well, Burnley don't lose very often. Norwich are quite goal happy. I think I might back Norwich here, Sam. Well, Norwich have been on a bad run, haven't they? And your mate Kenny McLean's been suspended for 4 games. And Norwich haven't scored for the last 2. I'm talking myself out of this as we speak. I like your 1-1. I'm now going to flip this into a both teams to score a away win. But Burnley don't concede many, do they? Norwich 1, Burnley 2. And even as I was writing that down, I was like, I don't believe what I'm saying is going to happen. But there you go. That's the joy of the predictions. There's another set for you for round 21. Get involved with yours in the comments, copy and paste description. You know the score lines for now. 1 point for correct outcome, 3 for correct scoreline, 4 bonus point. I'm the only one who's played for 1. I've gone Sheffield United 4, Plymouth 1 if you have 5 goals or more. Sam, we will see you once again. I think this is going to come out before the check-in podcast for midweek, but we'll see you again for the next check-in podcast next Monday as Christmas approaches fast.